Have you ever found yourself reaching for your phone the moment things get quiet? At a stoplight, waiting for coffee, or even during a commercial break? What if I told you that in trying so hard not to be bored, you might actually be robbing yourself of one of the most powerful tools for creativity, self discovery, and emotional growth? A group of researchers once asked participants to sit alone in a room for just a few minutes, with nothing but their own thoughts. The only thing in the room was a single button. The participants knew that pressing it would deliver an electric shock. That's it. No phone, no books, no music, just silence and that one choice. So what happened? Most people couldn't handle the quiet. A full 67% of men and 25% of women pressed the button. They chose physical pain over boredom. Think about that. We'd rather hurt ourselves than sit alone with our thoughts. But what exactly is boredom, and why do we fear it so much?
Most of us think boredom means having nothing to do. In truth, it's not about nothing. It's about nothing appealing. You might have dozens of options available, yet none feel worth your attention. Psychologists describe boredom as a state where your mind is restless but understimulated, where focus slips away and you feel both tired and agitated at the same time. It's not emptiness, it's disconnection. And in today's world, disconnection is easy to fix, or so we think. Waiting in line, stuck in traffic, sitting in class, we immediately reach for the small, glowing rectangle in our pockets. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, the news, anything to fill that quiet gap. We've built a world where boredom almost doesn't exist anymore. But what if, in erasing boredom, we've erased something vital? Science says we have. In the process, we lose more than creativity. We lose clarity. Because boredom doesn't just help us create, it helps us reflect. Studies show that when people allow their minds to drift, they naturally start thinking about their lives, where they've been, where they're going, and what truly matters. Psychologists call this autobiographical planning. It's what happens when the mind finally has room to breathe. You start asking the big questions. What do I really want? Who do I want to become? Without boredom, those questions get buried under constant stimulation. And boredom might even make us kinder. In one study, participants who were deliberately bored, assigned to dull, repetitive tasks, were later more likely to volunteer for charity or donate blood. It's as if, in that stillness, we reconnect with something larger than ourselves. When nothing around you feels meaningful, you start looking for meaning within. And often, you find it by helping others. Think about that for a moment. In a world obsessed with productivity, maybe boredom is the pause that lets us rediscover purpose.
When you're bored, your mind starts to wander. It drifts away from the task in front of you and begins to connect thoughts that normally don't meet. That's where creativity lives. In one experiment, people were asked to perform the dullest task imaginable, reading names out of a phone book. Then, afterward, they were challenged to think of as many creative uses for a plastic cup as possible. Surprisingly, those who endured the most boredom came up with the most imaginative ideas. Their minds, having been freed from constant stimulation, started building connections on their own. Boredom, it turns out, is like mental composting. It gives your brain space to recycle old thoughts into new ones. But the benefits of boredom go deeper than just creativity. It's also a mirror, a subtle signal from your mind that says something about this moment isn't satisfying. It's your internal compass nudging you toward change. When you feel bored, your brain is quietly suggesting that you might be ready for something new, something more meaningful. Yet, most of us smother that signal instantly. We check our phones, scroll endlessly, and drown it out with noise. We don't let boredom do its job.
But here's the paradox. Boredom feels awful. It's sluggish, frustrating, almost suffocating. Yet that discomfort is exactly what makes it powerful. It pushes you to move, to imagine, to change. Without it, we'd stay stuck in routines that don't fulfill us. Boredom is not your enemy. It's your mind's way of saying, you're meant for more than this. Every time you feel the urge to check your phone while waiting, you face a quiet decision. You can feed your boredom a quick snack of distraction, or you can let it unfold and see where your thoughts wander.
It might seem small, but that single choice shapes how your brain works over time. Choosing boredom is choosing depth over noise. It's choosing to give your mind room to breathe, to dream, to grow. So next time you find yourself in that uncomfortable silence, resist the reflex to escape it. Don't press the button. Don't numb the boredom away. Sit with it. Because in that emptiness, something extraordinary begins. Your creativity, your empathy, your purpose, and perhaps the truest version of you.